Well, welcome to another LEOS Live with me, Lee Clark. And joining us today in the LEOS Live studio is a true legend. Mike Phillips is not only a legend in his game of sport, rugby for Wales, but also the British and Irish Lions, which is a huge feat. Mike, how are you, my friend?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to LEOS Live. Great timing to have a legend such as yourself here in the studio. All the press over the last couple of weeks is about the new Lions squad that's been announced. And tell me a little bit about you, Mike, and tell us a little about your experience in rugby. How did you find yourself, playing for Wales and playing for the Lions and, playing in the Six Nations? Tell us a bit about your story.
I think just as a kid growing up in Wales, I think it's like a religion, really. Especially back then. I think it was on the back of everything what happened in the 70s, and it was just, it meant so much to everybody, and it still does even today, really. So yeah, you just kind of everyone in the family seems to play it, and you just you go on your journey then, and obviously every kid dreams of wearing that red jersey of Wales, and it happened quite quickly for me in the end. I mean, it was tough to get picked up. I was playing just for Whitland Youth really for 3 years, and then managed to get picked up in the end, go into the Scarlets under 21s, and sort of within a season I'm playing for the national team. So
That left your head spinning a little bit, did it?
Yeah,
it all happened that quickly.
It was a bit of a shock because most kids, even now they're in the academies at a young age, and even it was the same back then. I guess you're on the radar of international under 16s, 18s, whatever it is. So yeah, it was a bit much later for me, and but then the journey sort of kicked on and sort of became a professional, and there we are. Things happen from there.
So you play for your country, and then you then get the big honour, or not. So depending on which one is the higher accolade for you, but I'm sure playing for Wales is. But then playing for the British and Irish Lions. Just before we go into your experience with them, the team was and the squad was announced last week. They did it in a very grand way at the O2 Arena in London, a bit grander than probably when they announced the squad in your day.
Well, no, they did a similar thing.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think no, they didn't tell us by letter or anything like that. But how I initially got found out in 2009 was through a bit of an argument with a coach who was coaching Wales and coaching the Lions.
Who was that certain coach?
Mr. Rob Howley.
Mr. Rob Howley.
So we had a bit of a disagreement, and then it was in the middle of a Six Nations where we'd already won the first 2 games, and we'd won the Grand Slam the year previous.
Yeah.
And I'm first choice for Wales, so I'm like, I'm in a good place, So, and he basically says, look, we're just trying to get the best out of you, and look, you're going to go on the Lions. And I was like, yeah, too right, I'm going on the Lions. So I kind of found out that way, really. It wasn't a nice video with the family, but I guess where you are in your career and the place you are, because, and especially as 9, technically you're only competing against 3 other scrum halves, English, Scottish and Irish. So you kind of know where you are really, different to a back row or wing or a full back where there's multiple options, I guess. So I kind of knew where I was. So that's where I kind of confidently knew that I had a good chance of going as well. They're going to pick 3. So,
yeah.
That's that story. But yeah, none of us kind of knew until they announced it on Sky. Really.
So you didn't just do one tour with the British and Irish Lions, you did the second tour down to South Africa as well. What was, once you got into the Lions schedules and of course playing in these great crowded arenas and stadiums, how did you, after your first experience with the Lions, what was the second experience like? Did you, as almost like a Lions veteran, what was it like playing for the Lions again?
Yeah, I mean, so it's all about winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all about winning for the Lions. So it's all well and good be picked, but winning for the Lions is something very few people have done. So that was the main thing for me. And going at 2009, we played against South Africa. We lost, fine margins. They were the world champions. They had a great team, and unfortunately, it's a chance in a lifetime. It doesn't, unlike the Six Nations where you can have a bad year, but you can make it right year after. Playing South Africa in the backyard is only going to happen once in your career. So, unless you're Simon Shaw, I guess. But it's few and far between. So that moment's gone. So it pains you. It kills me even today. So then the next 4 years, I had to win. So it was all about winning. and we were fortunate enough to do it already 2-1, so which is good.
So for anybody who doesn't know, and of course, you might know the sport rugby or football or cricket or whatever it may be, but the Lions is only every 4 years. So you get that, like the Olympics, or, you only get that shot to be at the top of your game every 4 years. It's do you build up towards knowing the Lions tour's coming? Do you kind of build up with your game for when you're playing for Wales, knowing that the Lions is 6 months ahead?
You know it's around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it's around the corner. But every game is massive, when you play for Wales or your club. I mean, you put the pressure on yourself to win every game. So you don't sort of go into each game thinking, I'm going to come off the gas a bit. It's full throttle, but the rewards at the end of the day. And so in the Six Nations before the Lions, you've got to perform. Otherwise, you're not going to get picked. And so it just puts the pressure on even more, really. But
so I was going to ask you, this is probably going to be a hard question. You've probably been asked it loads of times before. So when you're playing for Wales, when you're playing in the Six Nations, when you're playing for the Lions, which, how do you put this? Which one of those gives you the buzz? Which one of those do you kind of look back on and go, wow? Yeah. First cap for Wales, first cap for the Lions, or?
Well, it's equal, really. Like the buzz of the Lions is the fact that you are the best of England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales. So, I think I was in London only a couple of months ago, looking at London, just going in a taxi the size of London and realizing like technically, I was the best of London.
Yeah.
Playing when you represent the British Lions, and it kind of hits you when you're in the moment. You're just going through the motions, but that's pretty cool, So, and obviously the rest of England and Scotland and all that. So, yeah, that is unique and special. But then, being the best in Wales is obviously something a bit different, and obviously just equally as special. So you can't really say one is more than the other. But it's a tough question.
It's tough. Okay, we'll leave it there. Case closed.
I want to be invited back to Wales.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he loves everybody in Wales, obviously, as well.
And Scotland.
And Scotland and Ireland and England.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not the English.
Yeah, no, they're fine.
Thanks very much. There's one here. When you move along now and you finish your career, now the Lions tour that's coming up in the next few months, it's kind of a great time for you to be with us here today. Do you watch it avidly as a rugby fan? Can you watch it still, or do you just say, I used to be a Lion and I can't watch it anymore? What's your view on watching the Lions, if you do, these days?
Yeah, well, 4 years ago I was a bit disappointed because of the lack of crowds and COVID and stuff. So it didn't have the same sort of spark, because it is a special thing. Again, you talk about the four nations coming together, the four sets of fans. So you've got the camaraderie there, the songs and everything, and which is really special, which is special about rugby in general, really. So everyone gets on, and there's banter, but it's fun, and it's so 4 years ago was a bit of a disappointment, and the kind of the tactics in which they played the game, a lot of kicking. So I hope Faz is going to, the squad he's picked is a running team. I think it's got a lot of excitement in there, a lot of amazing open sort of ball players, and so hopefully it's going to be an entertaining, because when I stick it on now, I just want to be entertained. And
you want to watch it and have some fun, right?
Yeah, I want to just, I don't want to see box kicking.
Yeah.
I want to see tries and, great play and big hits, and, that's what rugby's all about.
Well, let's cross our fingers for that one then, Mike. So you find yourself here in Dubai. You live here in Dubai now. Getting on to kind of property, LEOS developments, of course, and we'll talk about their Sports City, huge new development that's starting soon, and hopefully we're going to get you involved in a lot more up there.
Not building them, I hope.
You're not building it, no. We've got, you're not a hod carrier. That's good, Mike. I like that. No, you don't. If we've got a little bit of a low day, we need some cement mixed. We'll hear buzz.
Get the arms.
When you moved to Dubai, did you kind of, how hard was it to choose where to live, where to buy a property? Obviously you own a house now, or own a property now. How was your property journey? Did you know where to live? How did you choose where to buy somewhere? Or?
Well, I'm married, so
you didn't choose.
No, I don't make any decisions anymore. I think she always wanted to live on the Palm, so we live on the shoreline residence.
Okay.
So, and yeah, back then I think I've been here for 8-9 years, so it's developed massively in that time. So we got 2 young kids, so we've been really happy with that. So it's been a really nice area. So, but I mean, Dubai's got so many amazing areas.
Yeah.
Whenever you speak to anyone, everyone loves where they're based. And, it's all based around family, and you can't really beat it, to be honest. It's difficult to describe to people back in the UK, but
It is hard. Right.
the security and the safety, and parks, and how everything's kept, and it's just you can't beat it.
So when you look for a property, I mean, okay, you're on the Palm now, but did you go there because of its location, or was it good, close to schools, or easy to commute in and out from? What were the although your wife probably is the best one to answer this one, but
Yeah.
what was the reason for going there?
I just think it was a major landmark.
Yeah.
And I think probably it was initial just to go there and then maybe see how it goes and then move somewhere else. But we haven't done that. I think she's gotten too comfortable. Yeah. And I've had conversation, and it does get expensive there. And yeah, it's difficult. Like I said, I don't make any decisions there.
So Sports City is one of our newest developments, and this is a great. We know Sports City now that is developed into a way that it currently is in Dubai. That is going to change dramatically with huge new stadiums, huge new academies. There are talks about some of the big international football teams coming to have their academies based up there. It's a great place now, but it's going to be an incredible place in the future. I suppose as a sportsman, as an international legend in the game of rugby, and your kids growing up and stuff like that. Not that you obviously that would be for you now, but that would be a great place for people to live, for communities to start their life.
Yeah, Sports City is superb. I mean, I played a bit of cricket there. You've got the ICC, you've got all the indoor facilities, the outdoor facilities. You've got running tracks, and you've got a lot of rugby's based there. As you said, football state. It's all there really. So it would make sense for us to go there, but. No, it's a superb sort of area to live.
And they've got, what I like about it is it's not, you've even got your supermarkets up there. You've got your F&B places where you can get a good Sunday lunch if you wanted a Sunday roast or a snack and burger and watch the game of your football choice or rugby choice. Yeah, it's all on there, isn't it? It's great atmosphere.
Oh, amazing. You got the sports academy there by Salgado, is it?
So La Liga's up there as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got everything there. No, and that's, I mean, it's, and as you said, this new development again. So, if you've got sports mad kids, and, well, even, I mean, there's nothing better than getting your kids into sports. So, it's got everything for there.
The other thing for me, which I liked about just the proposition, was the fact is that for anybody who knows friends or family here, you spend half of your life driving somebody to rugby there on a Saturday morning. Somebody's going to go to a different sport, swimming or athletics. You spend half your day zigzagging around, or your whole weekend zigzagging around Dubai, don't you?
Yeah, so for it to all be based in one sort of area, it's spot on. Yeah.
Less mileage, less petrol costs. It's all working out in the best way.
Yeah.
So if you had a choice right now, Mike, if you choose between, let's say, penthouse apartment, poolside villa, beachfront villa, what would be your most iconic location? Or you can pick two, but which would be your most iconic dream property to have in Dubai?
For the kids and everything?
Just, generally. You're set up now with the wife and the kids. And so how old are your kids?
4 and 6.
4 and 6. So, okay, they're at a good age. They're still enjoying swimming pools and stuff like that.
Yeah, so with them, swimming pools and outdoor activities and sort of, chance to play on the beach, that kind of stuff. But, like I say, with Sports City, you've got everything around it as well. So you've got facilities there on your doorstep, it's track and field stuff. There's football, there's rugby.
We were up there the other day actually filming, Mike, and they've even got a canal going through the heart of it now. It's almost like at certain times of the night, it's like a little Venice area right there. It's beautiful, really is. Lovely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I guess with this new development again, I mean, it's only going to improve and it's going to get better. So I mean, it's and that's what makes Dubai so good.
Now on investment, so did you buy your house to where you currently live on the Palm with an eye to just buying it for a family home, or did you go, right, okay, we can make some money here, or we could do this and do that? What?
Yeah, it was an investment for purposes. Yeah, so just kind of I was going to buy in Wales, but I just thought like Dubai is such a development you know, you got who's gonna, like, with all due respect, like in you know, people in Wales who, you know, you got limited amount of people in the world to buy that property off you, whereas here, I mean, it's people.
Well, the expansion is going to be far bigger here, obviously. Not that I want to know any figures at all, but you know, how long ago did you buy your house, roughly?
4 years ago.
4 years ago. Are you happy with the way the kind of market? Because you see, everybody thinks the bubble is going to burst with property, and people think, well, that's it. It's going to go down in value now. Are you happy with the decision that you made as far as, like, as an investment? Because that's what it literally
I
was.
should have bought, you know, 15 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. When you're based here and you can see the development, and you hear of, you know, there's new airports being built, there's a new palm being built, there's the sports cities getting developed, there's developments everywhere. So you've got people all over the world coming here. It's the #1 tourist destination in the world. You know, you've got, I mean, it's such an amount of things going on. I mean, it's an incredible place to invest, basically.
Well, it's been a great pleasure having you with us here today, Mike. We've talked about Sports City, we talked about rugby in general, we talked about the Lions, and of course the Lions tour kicks off in July, isn't it? June, July, the first game, and then the last test I know is on the 2nd of August, because that's my birthday. So that will be the 3rd to 2nd of August, yeah. Not a good place to be in Dubai on your birthday at probably 45 degrees and stuff like that. So we're going to hide in the cooler destination of the part of the world. But yeah.
Well, that's my boy, same age.
2nd of August as well.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Kindred spirits, Mike.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Phillips, thank you very much. Rugby legend, Welsh legend, Lions legend. It's been a pleasure to have you with us at LEOS.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.